لكم ربكم من رحمته. Allah doesn't sleep. Allah knows everything. Allah is observing what's happening in this masjid tonight. And what's going to happen when you leave and go back home. He knows everything. If you do this, Allah is going to shower you with His rahmah, with His mercy. يَنْشُرْ لَكُمْ رَبُّكُمْ مِنْ رَحْمَتِهِ وَيُحَيِّي لَكُمْ مِنْ أَمْرِكُمْ مِرْفَقًا, and make a path for you, that will make it easy for you. Maybe they want you to spend a little time, take a little rest, maybe sleep for the night, and then next day they'll proceed onwards. But while they were there in the cave, they fell asleep. Not only did Allah teach us how to respond to Dajjal in this surah and his shirk by withdrawal, the strategy of withdrawal, but Allah goes on to tell us more about Dajjal now. Don't say that Dajjal is not in the Quran. Say you can't find it. They slept. Allah put them to sleep for how long was it? 300 years. 300 solar years and 309 lunar. Huh? And then He woke them up. Why did He put them to sleep for so long? Why? Was there a reason? Yes, there was a reason. لِنَعْلَمَ أَيُّ الْحِزْبَيْنِ أَحْصَى لِمَا لَبِثُوا أَمَدًا. Allah put them to sleep to teach a subject called time. I don't know whether my book is outside, Surah KHAF and the Modern Age. Is it there? Is it? Okay. My book outside, Surah KHAF and the Modern Age, has a chapter entitled The Quran and Time. The Quran and Time. There's a Hadith al-Qudsi that my teacher, Maulana Fadlur Rahman Ansari rahimahullah, was fond of quoting, where Allah says, لا تسبوا الدهر. Do not disrespect time. Do not be careless with time. فَإِنِّي أَنَا الدَّهْرُ. Because I, Allah, I am time. So Allah put them to sleep for 300 years in order to teach what is time. And He wanted to teach what is time because you will not understand the subject of Dajjal unless you can understand the subject of time. So please don't come to me and question me. What is this you're talking about Dajjal? No, my son, no, my brother, do your homework first and then come to talk to me. Huh? Read the book first and then come to talk to me. So then we can have a learned discussion. Otherwise, in 2 minutes I realize you know nothing. And you come to challenge me. He put them to sleep in order to teach the subject of time, because you cannot penetrate Dajjal without penetrating the subject of time. Okay. So one of them said, when the others asked, how long have we been here? He said, we've been here for a day or a part of a day. And I find that strange. If I fall asleep for 300 years and I wake up after 300 years, how long will my fingernail be? Huh? How long will my beard be? Huh? Your beard would be as long as from Durban to Johannesburg. So it should be very easy to recognize. When we went to sleep, we were young men. But now we wake up and we are old men, 300 years. Because this is something called biological time. Biological time. Biological time. So what happened to him? Can't he see? How did he see? We've been here for a day or a part of a day. But he's not blind. So the implication is very plain and very clear that although we were there for 300 years, when we woke up, we were still the same age as when we slept. Okay? We did not age. Therefore, we were not in biological time. If we were not in this world of time, we could not be in this world of space. If we were not in this world of time, we could not be in this world of space. Because there is no way for us to think about separating the two. So then we were in another world of space and time. How many are they? How many? Huh? There are 7. 7 parallel universes. 7 samawat. So we were not in this world of space and time, we were in the samawat. That's the only way you could spend 300 years, and when you wake up, you're still the same age. Do you agree with me? Or we now have a problem. You and I have a problem now. Because we have concluded that they could not have been in this world of space and time. No. They had to be in another world. To spend 300 years and still remain biologically in the same age. But the surah continues to point out to us that they were in this world of space and in this world of time for every single day of those 300 years. Where is the proof? Where is the proof? وَتَرَى الشَّمْسَ إِذَا طَلَعَتْ تَزَاوَرُ عَنْ كَهْفِهِمْ ذَاتَ الْيَمِينِ وَإِذَا غَرَبَتْ تَخْرِدُهُمْ ذَاتَ الشِّمَالِ. The sunlight entered into the cave morning and evening. On the morning it entered from the right, in the evening it entered from the left. But during the daytime the sun did not enter. وَنُقَلِّبُهُمْ ذَاتَ الْيَمِينِ وَذَاتَ الشِّمَالِ. And the bodies of the young men, we cause them to roll to the sunlight. Is this phototropism? We have some students of science here. You study science in South Africa? There's one thing called photosynthesis. And that will be the transformation of sunlight into energy. If I make a mistake, correct me. There's one thing called photosynthesis, and that is the transformation of sunlight into energy. And the other one is called phototropism, and that is the attraction to sunlight. If I make a mistake, correct me. Okay. So the young men, the bodies were rolling. Morning and evening. So we both have space and time. Both space and time. So for every single day of those 300 years, they were in our world of space and time. And yet for every single day of those 300 years, they were not in our world of space and time. That's Dajjal. But they don't do their homework when they say Imran Hussein is a kafir. May Allah forgive them. May Allah forgive them and have mercy on them. The implication is that it is possible for someone to be simultaneously in this world of space and time and yet in another world of space and time. So now we can come to the hadith, and we don't have time to do anything more than this tonight. The subject of Dajjal is vast. When Dajjal is released, Surah Al-KHAF is teaching us now. He will live on earth for 40 days. Yawmun kasana, a day which will be like a year. Yawmun kashahr, a day which will be like a month. Yawmun kajum'a, a day which will be like a week. Wasairu ayyamihi ka'ayyamikum, and all his days, meaning all the rest of his days, like your days. When his day is like our day, he will be in our dimension of space and time, full time. We will see him. He has to be born of Jewish parents. He can't fall down from a sky, from a stalk that is flying overhead. No. He has to be born of Jewish parents. We have to know who were his father and mother. Otherwise, no Jew will accept him as Al-Masih, the Messiah. We have to know who was his grandfather and his great-grandfather, that they have all come from the house of Dawood alayhi salam, in order for him to be accepted as Al-Masih. So he has to appear in the form of a human being, and we must know his pedigree. At that time, he will be, of course, in Jerusalem, finally, and he will declare, I am the Messiah. Until he does that, Allah is not going to cause Nabi Isa alayhi salam to return. No. Allah will not cause Imam al-Mahdi to emerge until he's ready to send down Nabi Isa alayhi salam, because the two are contemporaneous, Imam al-Mahdi and Nabi Isa alayhi salam. But before he appears as a human being, where would he be? Remember, he has to finish phase 1, a day like a year, and then finish phase 2, a day like a month, and then finish phase 3, a day like a week, before you can see him. Before that, you can't see him. Why? He will not be in our world of space and time. Would he be here on earth? Huh? Okay. Are there angels in this masjid? Of course. We have 2 angels on each shoulder. We have plenty angels in this masjid. Can you see them? No. Are there jinn in this masjid? Huh? Yes. Of course, you know my favorite statement. Plenty jinn in Washington. Can we see the jinn? No. No. So it is possible for something Allah created to be here on earth, and yet you cannot see them. Dajjal is here on earth, but we cannot see Dajjal. There is continuous movement between this world and that world. As Dajjal travels, coming closer and closer to that moment in time when he'll be born as a human being. But that's the end of his mission. In my book, Surah Al-KHAF and the Modern Age, in the chapter of Dajjal, on the Quran and time, I have explained that Dajjal, to understand Dajjal, you got to understand the young men in the cave. That they are here in this world, and yet they are not in this world. Huh? The Dajjal is here. You cannot explain who caused us to abandon the Quran. Who caused us to abandon Muhammad alayhi salatu wasalam? Who caused us to accept this bogus and fraudulent and utterly haram paper money? Who caused us to do it? This is the work of Dajjal. And in the process of using the paper money, we are committing shirk. And I explained it to you, the shirk. Those, of course, who say Imran Hussein is talking nonsense, they only have to wait until they're in the grave. And then they'll know who is talking nonsense. Yeah. Dajjal is traversing 3 stages of his mission. We know where he will be when he is released from the chains. Which chains? Which chains? Hadith of Tamim ad-Dari. Tamim ad-Dari saw him on an island. The island was about 1 month's journey from the Arab world. The island had expertise in spying and espionage because Jassasa. And in this island, Rahbaniyah, monasticism, the monastery, the monks, will collapse because the monastery is lying in ruins. Huh? This is very crucially important information. Huh? This little piece about the monastery lying in ruins, crucially important information. Those of you who attended my lecture last night would know why. So we know that when he is released on earth, it is from this island that he will commence his mission to impose his rule over all of mankind from Chicago, is it? From where? From where? Not Chicago, Jerusalem, yes. That he is going to begin the effort from this island to eventually impose his rule upon all of mankind from Jerusalem. So which island is it? Singapore? What about Mauritius? Which island is it? When I wrote Jerusalem in the Quran, I argued that the island was Britain. So without pausing to do a little bit of homework, they rushed after me. Oh, Imran Hussein didn't study geography at school. In Trinidad, they don't teach geography.